We're going to talk about the Ming Dynasty. As we transfer from talking about hunters and gatherers, small agricultural villages, and pastoral people, we're going to start to talk about empires. And the Ming Dynasty is going to be the first empire we're going to look at. The Ming Dynasty was based in modern-day China and was established in 1368 and lasted until 1644. So when we talk about people of the 15th century or the 1400s, we're really going to look at the Ming Dynasty because they were making some large advancements at that time. As I said, we are transitioning from foragers, farmers, and pastoral societies, and we're going to start to look at these city-centered and state-based societies. We're going to call them empires because they're going to be far larger, more densely populated, more powerful. We're going to look at their military, more organized and more powerful, more innovative, have more advancements in technology. And as we looked at in the Jared Diamond article, they're going to have more unequal, or they're going to be less equal in terms of class and gender. So we'll look more into that. So let's break down the Ming Dynasty. What was going on? So the Ming Dynasty rose after the Mongols ruled this part of China. So if we remember, the Mongols were the pastoral people. They had sheep and goats with them, so they didn't have to hunt. And instead of gathering, they actually invaded villages. And they actually invaded China and controlled China for a decent amount of time. While the Mongols ruled China, we can refer to that as the Mongol Dynasty or the Yuan Dynasty. Not only did the Mongols rule China, but China also suffered by the plague. So we see its population had a sharp reduction as a cause of the plague. So China is really struggling, really suffering a lot. Foreign invasion and an epidemic going around. So then we see this guy, Chu Yuan Cheng. So this ZH is actually going to be pronounced CH. So it's Chu Yuan Cheng. And so what Chu Yuan Cheng is going to look at, he's going to refer to ancient China. And he's going to look at the long tradition of effective government. He's going to bring back this Confucian and Taoist philosophy. And he's going to allow for this Buddhist presence. Because of this, we're going to see advancements in art and a highly productive economy. The economy is really going to boom because of the Silk Road. Here with these images, we see on the left in the yellow, the land in which the Mongols controlled. And then on the right, after the Mongols collapsed, we see the Ming Dynasty. It's important to know that they're coming out of the Mongol rule because the Ming Dynasty really looked at its past to recreate its traditions. Similar at the same time in Europe in the Renaissance. Renaissance means rebirth. The Europeans looked back to their Greek and Roman ancestors and wanted to learn about them. The Ming Dynasty did the same. Coming out of this Mongol rule, the Ming Dynasty studied their history. They studied philosophy, ethics, and government. They revived Confucian-based rituals. They reestablished the civil service examination to help structure society and prevent law breaking. They began maritime expeditions, and by maritime, we mean by the water. So we see them explore by the water. We also see the Europeans do that after the Renaissance. A big difference between the European explorations and the Chinese explorations is that the Chinese did not seek to conquer new territories. They did not establish Chinese settlements, and they did not try to spread their culture. So they did not set up colonies, and they did not try to imperialize as their European counterparts did. During the Ming Dynasty, China really reestablished its power and prestige and began to become known again as a powerful empire in the world. Thank you.